As a dietitian, my focus is usually on food. But in today's video, I'm going to convince you how changing your sleeping pattern might be more effective for managing your health and your weight than changing your diet. If you're new here, I'm Marie and I'm a registered dietitian. Let's get into the video. So today we're going to look at how poor sleep can impact your metabolism, how you store fat, particularly that belly fat that all my clients love to talk about. I'll give you my evidence-based tips to help you improve your sleep, as well as give you my verdict on the very popular melatonin and magnesium supplements. Because if you've been on the channel a while, you know how much I hate overpriced nutrition nonsense. So when your sleep is compromised, even if it's just for one night, it appears to make your cells less sensitive to insulin. Let me give you an example. Well, say you wake up in the morning and you eat an apple. A bad night's rest could cause this food to spike your blood sugars. Whereas after sleeping well, you may have a more even rise and fall in glucose levels. Now, it's okay for your blood sugars to go up, that's normal. But we want, where possible, for them to be going up and down in a nice, steady fashion, rather than experiencing big spikes and big drops. Poor sleep also ramps up your appetite. It directly messes with your hunger hormones. The hunger hormone ghrelin is ramped up, and the hormone that signals to your brain that you are full decreases. And this can increase your appetite and your cravings, making maintaining a healthy weight more challenging. Like, sometimes it's hard enough to make the healthy decision. And we know that people who sleep less snack more, and they also opt for higher calorie foods. We know that they eat less protein and less fiber, which, if you've been on this channel a while, you know are two nutrients that are essential for helping you maintain your weight. So sufficient sleep is needed for helping us make that healthy choice, especially when we're presented with the challenge of a piece of fruit or a piece of chocolate. I'm going to pause here and ask that if you're enjoying the video so far, I would really appreciate it if you hit the red subscribe button below. It really helps support my channel. And if you're looking for healthy, high protein recipes, make sure to follow me over on Instagram. Now, poor sleep can also stress your body out. So cortisol is our stress hormone, and it's not always a bad thing despite what you're going to hear on the internet. In fact, we need this in our everyday lives. Cortisol is highest in the morning, and this is what helps us get out of bed. Without it, many of us wouldn't be going anywhere. But cortisol levels drop throughout the day, and they're lowest at nighttime, right as melatonin starts to peak to induce sleepiness. However, if your cortisol levels are remaining elevated, and they're chronically elevated throughout the day, this is not a good thing, because they can increase your appetite. And they're also linked to increased fat storage, particularly around the middle, known by many as belly fat. And interestingly, estrogen can help balance cortisol levels. And this is why around menopause, when women's estrogen levels start to drop, they start to complain of this middle age spread, particularly again around the tummy. And research shows that this sleep deprivation leads to higher daytime cortisol levels. And now this brings me to my next point. Poor sleep can damage your body composition. And by body composition, I mean having a lot of fat versus having a lot of muscle. And muscle is what gives you that nice toned appearance. And it helps you burn more calories. Now, high insulin levels paired with these high cortisol levels is not a good recipe for your body composition, because these hormones tell your body to hold onto fat. Soft tissues like muscle become a more appealing energy source. So your fat mass starts to increase and your muscle mass decreases, which slows your metabolism down long term. Now, poor sleep also lowers your energy to exercise. Now, this is an obvious enough one. Of course, if you're tired, you're not going to be engaging in going to the gym or playing sport. But what we also know is that people who sleep poorly take fewer steps throughout the day, and they engage in more sedentary behaviors like napping, lounging, and relaxing on the couch. And as exercise can actually help you sleep, this can be a bit of a vicious cycle. So let's look at some evidence-based tips to help you sleep better. And I promise I'm going to go beyond just the generic turn off your phone and go to bed early advice. So first, how much sleep do we need? Well, in general, we're aiming for around 7 to 9 hours of sleep every night. And women, in fact, need more sleep than men. So for all the ladies watching, you can sleep in the morning and get the man in your life to get up and make breakfast. But ideally, what you're aiming here for is to wake up feeling rested. Now, this might sound made up, but research has shown that 2 kiwis 1 hour before bed, as well as tart cherry juice, can improve sleep onset, duration, and efficiency. Kiwis, in fact, provide serotonin and melatonin naturally, but also just having a regular eating pattern, like eating breakfast, lunch, and dinner at the same time most days, can really help with your sleep too, because any type of routine can help feed your internal clock, helping the body know what time of day it is. Obviously, also avoid excess caffeine during the day. especially after lunchtime. And if you're one of those people who says that you drink coffee but it doesn't impact your sleep, please do know that research has confirmed that you'll spend less time in deep sleep. Caffeine is also in dark chocolate, energy drinks, and some herbal teas. Now, when should you stop eating? Well, the optimal time for your last big meal is at least 3 hours before bed. Now, equally, you don't want to go to bed hungry either. So for some people, a small bedtime snack is going to be necessary. Now, 95% of my clients are very good at telling me exactly what time they wake up every single morning. Like, my alarm goes off at 6:15 Monday to Friday. But when I ask them what time do they go to bed in the evening, I would say that less than 5% of people can give me a proper answer. They tend to get very vague. Let me know in the comments below if this would be you too. But having a bedtime routine is really important because, again, it will let your body know when you're preparing for sleep by sending it these subtle bedtime cues. So that might be at 9:30 you put on your pajamas, 9:35 you brush your teeth, 9:45 you're in bed reading a book, and 10 o'clock the lights off. Now, we really need to look at light. Light helps regulate our body clock and melatonin. Melatonin is the sleep hormone that our brain produces in response to darkness. And being exposed to bright lights in the evening and at night blocks this melatonin production. And our lives have become artificially bright and consistently bright. So by dimming your lights in the lead up to bedtime at home, you'll be mirroring what's supposed to happen and allow melatonin to be released and produced. And you want to aim for your bedroom to be lovely and dark and start dimming the lights around your house in the lead up to bedtime. And light can also impair the quality of sleep even after you've fallen asleep. So using blackout curtains and sleep masks is a good idea. Now, we also have blue light, which is produced by the sun, but also by screens of TV sets, computers and laptops, and your phone. And you really want to be avoiding this blue light 2 hours before bed. Something I consider many of my clients, and for myself as well, is to have a bedtime for your phone, as well as having one for yourself. That might be come 8 p.m, you put your phone on charge and put it in the drawer for the night, not to look at it again until the next morning. Now, if you're worried that an important phone call might come through from a loved one that needs you, you can change settings on your phone so that it will only accept calls from certain people. But if you do have to use electronics before bedtime, consider installing a program that gradually reduces blue light from the screen after sunset. Fortunately, more and more devices come with programs like this pre-installed, such as Night Shift on your iPhone or on your Mac. Light in the morning is really great too. So try to get outside before noon, even if it's just for a short period of time. And for the same reason, avoid wearing sunglasses before midday. This allows the light into your eyes, lowering melatonin. This helps to make us more alert. And then when the melatonin rises due to the darkness later, there will be a bigger difference from the day and night levels. Now, daily exercise also promotes better sleep. So try and keep your body moving, especially in the morning if you can get in that light too. And if you have to exercise at night, a cold shower afterwards can help some people who feel too alert before sleep. And this brings me to room temperature. We don't sleep as well when we're warm. So not only should you be aiming for your room to be as dark as a cave, ideally it would be nice and cold too. 16 to 18 degrees Celsius or 60 to 65 Fahrenheit is found to be the optimal sleeping temperature, and bedrooms should be the coldest room in the house. And interestingly, taking a shower or a bath before bedtime can help lower your core temperature, which can lead to better sleep. Another thing my clients find useful is doing a brain dump before bed, particularly if you struggle with overthinking. This is a method where you get a pen and paper and you write down anything that's going through your head, all the things that you think you need to do the next day. You get them all out there so you can forget about them when you go to sleep. And for some people, they like to actually have that pen and paper right beside them, just in case they wake up in the middle of the night and need to write something else down. Sleep stories can also be very effective. I really like these if I'm struggling to fall asleep. The ones that I have used that I have liked are from the app Insight Timer. These are free and they have a whole section on sleep stories. And other people find counting backwards or listening to an audiobook can be helpful. Now, before I jump into magnesium and melatonin supplements, as a thank you for getting this far in the video, I want to let you know about a free recipe ebook which I've linked in the description box below. So there is evidence that oral melatonin helps with falling asleep and improving sleep quality. However, light is still a stronger regulator of your body's melatonin levels. Now, the good news is that from studies lasting between 1 week and 1 month, supplementing melatonin doesn't seem to affect your own production. But what is worth mentioning is that many melatonin supplements don't have the amounts indicated on their labels. Some have much less, which is probably going to be ineffective, and some have much more, which is worse again. As with all supplements, you need to choose a trusted brand that is third-party tested to guarantee what's on the label is actually what you're getting in the product. What I would do is focus on all of the above first, and only then if you're still struggling with sleep. would I consider trialing a supplement? Now, what about magnesium supplements? Now, a lack of magnesium can impair sleep, but magnesium-rich foods are numerous and can fit all kinds of diets, whether you're vegan, vegetarian, omnivore, or carnivore. So they should be your first option. And getting your recommended daily allowance should be easy. If your body has enough magnesium already, supplementing with more won't benefit your sleep. There is some evidence to support magnesium supplements, improving sleep quality in the elderly, who tend to have relatively low magnesium intakes to start with. Magnesium is also lost in sweat, so there may be potential benefits there for athletes or those who exercise heavily, especially in the heat. Now, if you still feel the need to supplement, remember that supplemental magnesium is more likely than dietary magnesium to cause adverse effects, which is why the FDA fixed 350 milligrams as the tolerable upper intake level for magnesium supplements in adults. So there we have it. Do not neglect your sleep. But there are so many more easy wins that you can do to improve your health without having to make massive changes to your diet. So make sure to watch my 10 health hacks video to figure out what these are. We're all about the easy wins on this channel. And comment below if you have any questions or if there's any topic you would like me to cover in a future video. Thank you very much for watching. Stay happy and healthy, and I'll see you again next week. Thanks for watching.